Have you ever noticed the glaring contradiction in our fight against climate change? On one hand, governments, including Australia's, are championing a global crusade against rising temperatures. They warn us about melting ice caps, rising sea levels, and unpredictable weather patterns, all while pouring trillions into renewable energy. But on the other hand, a silent crisis is unfolding right in our own backyard. Since 1970, global wildlife populations have plummeted by an astounding 60%. And where does Australia stand in this grim picture? We're number one for mammal extinctions and second for overall biodiversity loss. In New South Wales, under the current government, land clearing has skyrocketed by 40% in just 1 year. We're talking about record levels of destruction, clearing over 66,000 hectares of bushland annually. This isn't some distant problem, it's happening right now, driven by rapid urban expansion and major infrastructure projects. Think about our iconic rainforests. Since European settlement, we've lost more than a quarter of them. Nearly half of the legendary Daintree rainforest is already gone, according to the Wilderness Society. The emissions from this deforestation are massive, roughly half of what all of Australia's coal-fired power stations produce. So, while our politicians are on the world stage, boasting about their green credentials, our own ecosystems are collapsing. It's a classic case of saying one thing and doing the complete opposite. But the story gets even more complicated when we look closer at the so-called green solutions. Take large-scale wind energy, for example. To build these massive wind farms, vast areas of land are being stripped bare. And we're not just talking about any land, we're talking about untouched old-growth forests, many of them located on crucial mountain peaks that act as climate refuges for wildlife. These are some of our most precious and irreplaceable habitats. Environmental photographer Stephen Nowakowski has been on the front lines, documenting the real impact of Australia's renewable energy boom. That's a staggering number. These projects would require building 44,000 kilometers of new access roads, that's more than the entire circumference of the Earth, and clearing thousands upon thousands of hectares of native vegetation. That's a monumental investment, and it forces us to ask a difficult question. Are we just trading one environmental problem for another? We all want cleaner air and lower emissions. That's a given. Meanwhile, the real immediate threats of deforestation, habitat destruction, and species extinction are getting nowhere near the attention or resources they desperately need. It's like we're so focused on the long-term climate models that we're ignoring the environmental catastrophe happening right under our noses. We do see some gestures, of course. Recently, the NSW Premier announced a new Great Koala National Park. It sounds fantastic, covering 176,000 hectares. But when you dig into the details, you find that much of this land is already part of existing protected areas. It's a positive step, but it's a drop in the ocean compared to the scale of destruction happening every single day across the country. Every time we talk about climate policy, we're bombarded with alarming statistics about future species and habitat loss. But here's the grim reality: that loss isn't in the future. It's already happening, and it's happening fast. So, what does this all mean? It means we need to demand more from our leaders. We need policies that don't just look good on paper but actually protect our unique and fragile ecosystems. We need to question the true cost of our energy solutions and ensure that in our race to save the climate, we don't end up destroying the very environment we're trying to protect. The conversation needs to be broader, more honest, and focused on the real-world impacts of our decisions. It's time to stop the contradiction and start a genuine, holistic approach to conservation. Thanks for watching, and if this message resonates with you, please share this video and subscribe for more content that challenges the narrative.